you thinking about?
Well, it's nice that they have done the right thing, and they're going to keep it open for a month.
Yeah.
And then it will close when it normally closes, and then they'll figure it all out.
Hopefully it'll open next year.
Yeah. Eric, I want to ask you about your father. He has announced that he's going to be at CPAC next weekend and talk about the future, his future in the Republican Party. And talk about Joe Biden as well. I know going for, we haven't heard from him officially, so this will be interesting. I've also been hearing that apparently he is speaking to people in the Republican Party who will launch primary bids against some of the people in the Congress who voted for impeachment back a month or two ago. So my question is, does that sound about right? And is that what's going on behind the scenes?
Listen, I say it every day, but there's, 75, 80 million people who would follow my father to the end of the earth. They love him. They love what he stands for. They love that he goes out and he fights for America. They love that he's not scripted and he's not the, typical politician. He's not a career politician. And, they're incredibly proud of him. They love that he's hugging the American flag, like you're seeing right there in the B-roll, right? I mean, they love that about him, and you're seeing less and less of that every single day. And so there's no question he'll play a pivotal role in politics for a very long time to come. I really do believe he is the modern Republican Party. I do believe a lot of the people who didn't stand up, who didn't have backbone, I do believe that they're going to get primaried, guys. By people who are supporters of him, but also by other people, to tell you the truth. I mean, I think people don't want to see the party run away because, quite frankly, the old Republican Party is incapable of winning. I think my father showed the Republican Party, how to win again. And I think CPAC's going to be awesome. I think it's going to be great. I've spent more time with my father in the last 6 weeks. He's incredible. He's enjoying life. And I think it's going to be a lot of fun to see him get back on the road and have a lot of fun. And I think every single day Biden makes people miss Donald Trump more when you see these policies that are literally destroying jobs, that are destroying industries, that are causing Texas to freeze, that are cutting off our, power to our, energy grids and, all these other nonsensical policies. I mean, you were talking about some of them before, adding minimum wage to another COVID relief package and all this nonsense that you would expect from Washington, D.C. politicians that my father would have ended immediately in its tracks. And I think it's going to be a lot of fun to watch him come out and speak on Sunday.
Eric, I know that there's been talk that he might run again. When will he make that announcement, whether or not he's going to do it or not?
Well, he has to tell you that. I certainly can't. But listen, I think he'd be a force to be reckoned with, to say the least. I mean, he knows what he's doing. He knows D.C. It's funny. I remember going back to 2016. We didn't know a single thing about D.C. I think I'm not sure if my father had ever actually spent the night in Washington, D.C. before his first night in the White House or the Blair House, the day before inauguration. And now he knows his way around, and he knows the players, and he knows the good ones and the bad ones. And I think he'd be certainly a force to be reckoned with. And I can tell you guys, right now, the enthusiasm is better than it's ever been. The enthusiasm is better than it's ever been. I can't go out in public without having people literally come up and hug me and say thank you for what your family sacrificed for this country, what your father did for this country. He's incredible. We'll never forget him. He's still our president, blah, blah, blah. It's, guys, the enthusiasm has never been stronger than it is right this minute.
And we'll see soon if your wife's going to run, right, for Senate in North Carolina?
It's a decision she's thinking about strongly, and it's a decision she's going to make and an announcement she's going to make. But she would do incredibly down there as well.
You've got a lot going on. All right, Eric Trump, thank you very much for joining us live.
Thanks, Eric.
Guys, take care.
All right, meanwhile,